Welcome to the Fit Girl Magic podcast. If you are ready to find your inner magic, develop great habits, and a rock steady mindset to feel confident, comfortable, and fit in your body, you are in the right place. I am Kim Barnes Jefferson, and I'll be giving you weekly doses of health, fitness, and life tips sprinkled with humor and real talk. If you're ready to be consistent without the stress of perfection, magic makers, it's time to slip into your favorite pair of PJs, grab some coffee, kick back, and listen to today's show. Hey, Magic Makers, a great iTunes review of the week. I want to thank Ms. Robin for leaving this awesome review. She says, great information, humorous host. If you are over 40, you need this information. Listening here can save you time and frustration with regards to health. Kim is a great host with valuable information and humor infused. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much, Robin Nutritionist. Yeah, that is my hope and goal of this show, is that I'm able to give great information to you either via a solo episode or by the multitude of amazing guests that I've been able to have on the show. I want women over 40 to be like, you know what? Sometimes life, you just need to take a step back and laugh at yourself, laugh at just what life throws our way from time to time. Because if we can't laugh at ourselves, who can we laugh at? So thank you so much, Robin, for that amazing review. And if you're listening here, do me a favor. Reviews are what fuels my ratings with iTunes. It also helps me to better understand the information that I'm bringing to you. So I would love and appreciate if you gave a review, and I will read it here on the show. And if you don't know how to do it, do me a favor, reach out to me. I am here to help you facilitate that. All right. Enjoy the rest of your day and enjoy the show. All right, Magic Makers, I want to start this podcast a little bit differently. For a long stretch of my life, my world revolved around how I looked. I believe many of you know that I was a fitness competitor, and I did that for like 9 years. So what I ate, how I trained, how my body looked it was pure control, right? It was straight up control. Everything was planned. Everything was choreographed. Like it was just, this whole thing. And, I did it for 9 years, and honestly, I was pretty good at it. Then menopause showed up, and it knocked me on my ass. And just like many of you are probably experiencing, what used to work didn't work anymore. My body stopped responding to all the things that I threw at it. And for the first time, I didn't know how to get back up. I was just sitting on my ass and being like, what the hell do I do? And just like most women, right? I tried harder, right? Kim, double down. You're not trying hard enough. Eat less carbs, less fat, less this, less. Cardio, got to do that. More time at the gym, more reps. And instead of fixing it, it made it worse. And that's when I see, subtle things in my life started to show up, right? And maybe it's for you, like you don't hate the beach, but you hate the mirror. You don't want to see your body in a bathing suit because you're thinking like, what the hell happened? You spiral, you judge. And then you decide like, no one needs to see this, right? Because someone is probably going to judge you harder than you judge yourself. So you skip the beach, right? You skip pictures, you skip social events. Because you are just all in your head about how you look. You wonder like, oh my God, should I tuck this in? Will everyone like be looking at my belly? And you do these things, right? Because you're sure someone else is going to see you and someone else is going to be there to judge. And if you've been there, I get you, right? Because the problem isn't your confidence, is that your body no longer feels familiar. So your confidence is just straight out the window, and no one prepares you for that. And here's the thing. The average woman spends about 17 years dieting, like literally 17 years. And most women over 40 have tried well over 100 diets at some point in their lifetime. And so If there are awards for dieting, we'd all have a shelf full of frickin' trophies. Hey, Magic Makers, real quick before we dive in, can we talk about your metabolism for a second? If you feel like your body has been giving you the finger lately, you are not crazy and you definitely are not broken. You might have a metabolism that is tired AF. I created a fun quiz to help you figure out exactly what's going on with your metabolism and what the heck to do about it. It could be, are you eating too little? Overtraining, maybe doing the right things and still feeling stuck? This quiz will call it out. It only takes a few minutes and you will get a custom result that is spooky spot on. So if you're ready to stop throwing spaghetti against the wall and finally figure out how to eat, train, and feel good again, go take the quiz right frickin' now. Link is in the show notes. Let's figure out how your metabolism is holding you back and how to get out of diet jail. So back to the show. Medals, certificates of entry. And here's the thing, right? We did what we were told. We cut our teeth in the diet era. We cut up in the teeth in go big or go home, be perfect. You had to do all the steps. That's what we were taught. We were taught eat less, move more, smaller portions. And even now, if you went to your doctor right now, that's what they will tell you to do because they don't know, right? We did the smaller portions, we did the low fat, no carb, more cardio, less cardio. We did all the things, wear a weighted vest. And for a while that worked and the scale went down, your jeans fit until it stopped working. And that's usually when women start blaming ourselves, right? Because it's not the diet. It's not what I've been doing because it has worked in the past. But here's what's actually happening. For years, maybe decades, you've been dieting. You've been undereating. You've been overtraining, doing the same cardio. Maybe you're on again, you're off again, maybe more off than on. Maybe you're being disciplined as hell, but you've been eating the same way for 20 years. But your body has changed in those 20 years. Your body has adapted. And when you eat less for long enough, your body just stops burning fat. And it just holds on to it because it's we're not going to get any more of this. And I see it regularly. A lot of clients come to me and there was a woman who came to me. She was eating the same exact diet for the last 20 years, working out the same exact way for 20 years. I'm wondering what happened. And it's metabolic adaptation. Our bodies are so smart that it knows when it has to give us more and it knows when it has to give us less. And when we've adapted our body that you're only going to get X amount of calories and I'm going to expect, 6-day-a-week workouts for at least 90 minutes, your body's oh, I got to pull back. I got to make sure that I keep everything running, everything firing it on cylinders. And so we look at our bodies and we're like, why isn't anything changing? I'm air quoting here, doing all the right things because your body is smart. It's trying to conserve the energy so things slow down. It learns how to survive on less. It becomes efficient, right? Not because you're doing anything wrong, because your body's doing your job. Your body as a woman, its main focus is 3 things. 1, keeping your brain functioning, because we need that. Heart, lungs, and reproduction, right? Those are the 4 main things that your body is trying to make sure they stay online. And the first thing that's going to go is reproduction. So for many of you, I know I'm guilty of this. I had such an irregular period, and there were other reasons for it, but mainly I just didn't eat enough to have a regular cycle. And then the times that I did eat enough, my body was like, thank you, girl. I love you. Right. And so here's the part where most women were never told. All the years of dieting and doing the cardio and lifting, sometimes we were burning more muscle because we weren't eating enough. And our bodies are just going anywhere to find energy. And muscle has a fair amount of energy stored in it. And it's the muscle on our body that is kind of I would say, the logs on the fire, right? If you ever gone into a sauna and you're in a sauna and you know how if you put like water on the sauna, like it steams up and it feels like a little bit hotter. That's what cardio does. But the fire itself are just like, it's like the heat. And that's what muscles are, right? Muscles help us burn more calories at rest. Muscle gets us into shape. And muscle is what makes us feel strong, capable, and just acts of daily living, right? Think about carrying groceries, playing with your grandkids, like that's all muscle. And after 35, we naturally start to lose muscle every single decade. Not because you're not doing anything wrong, it's just biology. So if we're not actively building muscle, we're slowly losing it. Even with the same amount of food, the same effort, we're looking for different results. And so when we have those on again, more off again type approaches to workouts, that's what's going to happen. That's why we start to feel a little bit flabby. That's when we're like, why don't things work the same way? It's not fat. Many times it's undeveloped muscle. And that's why strength training becomes this non-negotiable. So, people are like, Kim, I only have time for X or Y. And I'm like, if I only have time for one thing, I highly recommend strength training because with strength training, I know that that's going to help you later in life, right? You're always going to need to get up and off of the toilet. Let's be honest. God willing, you're going to be getting on and off the toilet on your own. You're going to need to carry in the groceries. Again, play with your grandkids. Pick up cans out of your refrigerator. Pick up cans off of the shelf. Push a grocery cart. Pick up your luggage and go on vacation, right? So that's why strength training becomes this non-negotiable. One, yes, absolutely it makes our bodies look better, but also just life, right? And so here's the part that messes with your head. What we think is fat is often undeveloped muscle, and like less muscle means a softer shape, even if the scale goes down. And many of you might be like, oh, if I lift heavy, I'm going to like get bulky. No, unless you have some ridiculous testosterone uh abnormality. Yeah, that came out right. Some abnormality. And that would have shown up in other ways. Maybe your voice would have changed, a little bit more hair on your face and other body parts. Right. So it's about living your life so that, now we're stuck in this loop like that, like how low can you go, right? What are you just going to live off of rice cakes and Diet Coke, right? You're working out harder than ever. Or when you do work out, you're like, "Ugh, I'm just not doing anything. It's not working anymore." So you give up. And so your body's like, no thanks. And it starts holding on to everything. It's not, you didn't fail, my friend. Your body just learned how to survive on the crumbs that you've been giving it. And so if you keep doing what you've always been doing, eating less, white knuckling your way through another diet, you're going to keep getting the same results. And this is why you're stuck. It ain't willpower. It's because the strategy no longer matches your body. And here's the part that feels backwards. You probably need to eat more. Now, I know some of you guys just passed out on the couch or, swerved your car. I know, because I was the same way. I was afraid of food for a really long time. Like, I lived by a list. But your body needs fuel to build muscle, and muscle is what changes your shape. And for most of us, if the scale never changed again, you would be excited if you were able to put on your favorite pair of jeans or zip up your favorite dress without feeling like you need to get a coat hanger to get you up and over. Right? Muscle is what brings your metabolism back online. You can't build a stronger body. You can't change your body shape without it. And I'm not saying this as a coach because I lived it. For years, I ate the same thing. I trained consistently and nothing changed. And so I started working with a coach because I, just like you're frustrated. You're like, I'm putting in the work, right? I'm punching my time card at the gym. I'm punching my time card with my nutrition. And it was because I ate the same amount of food. I never added any calories. Or if I did, just like you, it was one of those like big, like, oh, I went out to dinner with the girls and I brought it back. And, I never had, I would say, like, I never had one, thank you, cured. I'm finally, I can't, cured is not the right word, but I finally have evolved to not have these big nights that snowball into like days and weeks and so forth. It is possible for me to go out and have a fun evening and not feel like, oh my God, I'm blowing things up. I can go out and have a night and then come back in. But for the most part, I ate and worked out the same exact way. And so, I started working with a coach, and she was like, "If you want to change your body composition, Kim, we gotta feed it. We gotta pull up your calories just to see what your body can tolerate." And yeah, that was scary AF, and it was a challenge. Did it happen overnight? Hell no. And, I've done this with clients before, and I remember I had a client who was like, within 2 weeks, she's like, "Kim, I'm not very good at this." Girl, you ain't supposed to be good at it, right? It's a process. It's like learning, like when you watch your kids learn to walk. Like, did they like, wake up one day and be like, "I'm walking, mama"? No, it was kind of like they stumbled around. It was just like awkward. They had a couple tumbles, couple funny ones, couple scary ones, but eventually they got it, right? So it was slow, it was uncomfortable, it was scary, but over the course of 18 months, I roughly added 700 calories, sometimes more, in a controlled way. It wasn't like going out and like losing my shit. It was like adding simple things to it. So it was like instead of having a cup of yogurt, I had a cup and a half. Instead of having a half a cup of strawberries, I had a full cup. So it was like strategically adding in foods in different ways, but not like here, bulk up by adding, going to McDonald's and eating Whoppers. And over the course of the 18 months, yes, I will tell you, be honest, because I always have to be honest with you guys, the scale did go up, but I had to fight through it and know that it was just literally a mind bleep. I had to go through it, and then the scale went up, and then guess what? Month after month after month, that scale came down, and I lost 10 pounds, still while maintaining eating more because my body started to feel safe enough to be like, "Ah, finally, she's not like we're not dangling off the cliff anymore." And so this is where strength training really matters. Like we're not trying to be jacked. I'm not trying to go back to my like fitness competitor days. It's just that like lifting muscle is what my body needs, especially over 40, right? It is I'm fighting that the tide, right? I'm fighting the tide and I don't want to, I don't want to lose. And so if you're eating less and doing tons of cardio or just um not working out, I highly recommend throwing in some strength training. And strength training doesn't have to be this like 90-minute thing. It can literally be you're doing some squats during a commercial, doing some push-ups during a commercial, doing some bicep curls. Or it can be very, very simple things because I do know that when I don't have enough muscle on my body, it's going to slow down my metabolism. It's going to make fat loss harder and it's going to make you even more frustrated and you might actually kick through that wall. And so strength training is really what's going to help us like break through the cycle. It builds muscle, it shapes our body, and it makes our metabolism start to work again. And I want you to hear this, right? You're not lazy, you're not broken, you didn't fail. You just bullied the crap out of your body and it finally was like, girl, I ain't giving you nothing. So the way forward here isn't more restriction. It's not more cardio. It's not hoping harder. It's not doubling down. It's not looking back to some old diet. It's finding a way to eat enough to support your body, lifting weights to protect and build the muscle, and giving your metabolism time to recover. It's not flashy. It's not fast, but guess what? It works. And if the scale is the only thing you're paying attention to, you're missing all the signs, right? Have my women pay attention to how their clothes fit, taking pictures, using a tape measure. What is your energy like? How's your hunger? How's your energy? How's your cravings, right? How do you feel around full? Are you feeling full? Are you feeling satiated? Like, what does it do? Does your meals last you 2 to 3 hours? Or do you feel hungry within, an hour after your food, right? Noticing things. And then we can start making changes, right? And sometimes if you're like, I feel good, guess what? That's the point. So no change. So that tells me like your body's starting to change that, even if the scale hasn't caught up. And that's exactly why I created this quiz. Is your metabolism tired AF? Not to label you, not to sell you another diet, but to help you figure out what your body actually needs right now. Because not everyone needs the same thing. There's no cookie cutter approach. Some of you need to restore your body. Some of you guys need to rebuild your body. Some of you guys need to refine, and you guys are ready to reveal all the magic that's underneath the flab. This is all normal. This is all fixable. And the quiz here gives you the clarity so that you are no longer guessing anymore. The scale has its place, but what you're really chasing is ease, comfort in your body, and the freedom from managing it all the time, from micromanaging it all the time, from like worrying about every little freaking thing. So take the quiz, get clear, stop beating yourself up, and hear me. Your body is not broken. It's time for something different. So you can find this quiz in the show notes. You can find the link is there. And I'd love to know, like, once you take the quiz, shoot me a DM and let me know what the quiz revealed for you. And I will talk to you next week. Enjoy the rest of your week.
Thank you for listening to the Fit Girl Magic podcast. If you've made it this far, yay. I'm thinking you enjoyed the show. Let's continue the conversation on Instagram. You can find me at Kim Jefferson Coach. In order for me to keep sharing this message, do me a favor and leave me a 5-star review on iTunes. While you're there, don't forget to subscribe so that you won't miss an episode. New episodes are available every Wednesday. The Fit Girl Magic podcast is intended to provide you with tips, tools, and strategies that will help you make better decisions about your health. I really appreciate your feedback and your support. Thank you so much.